Have you ever told yourself, "I'll do it tomorrow"? Seems harmless, right? Just one small delay. But what if I told you that this single thought, repeated over and over, is quietly stealing your future? Procrastination isn't a single dramatic event. It's the silent thief that chips away at our potential, one tiny, seemingly insignificant choice at a time. Every day, we're surrounded by an endless buffet of distractions. Notifications buzz on our phones, new shows drop on streaming services, and social media feeds offer an infinite scroll into other people's lives. In this chaotic world, our most precious resource, time, becomes the easiest thing to lose and the hardest, if not impossible, thing to get back. Think about it. We all get the same 24 hours. The people we admire, the ones who seem to achieve so much, they don't have a secret stash of extra minutes. They simply understand a fundamental truth. Time is the raw material of life. It's the clay from which we sculpt our future selves. How we choose to spend each moment, each hour, each day ultimately defines who we become. Respect for time isn't about being a robot working non-stop. It's about being intentional. It's about recognizing that every later is a trade-off, a moment we'll never get back to invest in our growth, our relationships, or our dreams. The difference between a life of fulfillment and a life of regret often comes down to this simple, profound respect for the clock. Let me tell you a story. It's called The Clockmaker's Apprentice. In a small, dusty workshop filled with the gentle ticking of 100 clocks, a young apprentice worked under a wise old master. The apprentice was talented, no doubt, but he had one major flaw. Whenever the master gave him a task, his favorite reply was, "I'll get to it later." Whether it was polishing a gear or winding a spring, later was always his preferred time. The master, patient and seeing a reflection of his own youth in the boy, tried to warn him. "Time," he would say, "is a craftsman that shapes us all. Be careful not to waste its work." But the words seemed to float right past the young man. One afternoon, a well-dressed nobleman entered the shop. He carried a magnificent but broken pocket watch. It was a family heirloom, he explained, and he needed it repaired urgently. He would be back in 3 days' time. The master saw the intricate challenge and the opportunity it presented. He handed the watch to his apprentice, saying, "This is no ordinary repair. The mechanism is delicate, and the nobleman is a man of his word. This task could open doors for you that you can't even imagine. Do not delay." The apprentice, feeling the weight of the watch in his hand, nodded. "I'll start on it right away," he promised. But as soon as the master left, the familiar whisper returned. "There's plenty of time," he thought. "I'll just finish this chapter of my book first." The first day passed. The book was finished, but the watch sat untouched. On the second day, a friend came by, inviting him to the town fair. "Just for an hour," the friend said. The hour turned into the entire afternoon. As the sun set, the apprentice glanced at the watch on his bench. "Tomorrow," he mumbled. "I have all of tomorrow." On the third day, he woke with a jolt of panic. He rushed to his workbench and frantically began to disassemble the complex watch. Gears and springs scattered across the wood. He was skilled, but the work required patience and focus, not hurried desperation. The more he rushed, the more mistakes he made. Just as he was about to fit the final piece, the shop bell rang. The nobleman had returned. He walked over to the bench and saw the watch, still in pieces. He didn't say a word. He simply looked at the apprentice, a flicker of disappointment in his eyes, then at the master, who gave a sad, knowing nod. The nobleman picked up a small rolled-up parchment he had placed on the counter. "This was a contract," he said, his voice calm but firm. an offer to become the royal clockmaker's personal assistant in the capital, a position that would have secured your future. But a man who cannot manage his own time cannot be trusted with the king's. He turned and left, taking the opportunity of a lifetime with him. The apprentice stared at the dismantled watch, the pieces looking like a shattered dream. It was in that crushing silence that he finally understood his master's words. The same first and silence said with the silence and son with sit silly set But the real lesson was that time had been trying to repair him, and he had wasted it. This story isn't just about a clock, it's about all of us. Time is the most valuable currency we possess. It's more precious than gold, more powerful than any stock on the market. Why? Because you can lose every dollar you have, and through hard work and a bit of luck, you can earn it all back. But you can never ever earn back a single wasted second. Time only flows in one direction, forward. Every tick of the clock is a transaction, an expenditure from an account that we can never replenish. When we truly grasp this, our perspective on everything changes. Suddenly, an hour spent scrolling aimlessly doesn't feel like relaxing. It feels like spending a fortune on nothing. Sadly, many of us only learn this lesson the hard way. We only understand the true value of time after we've hit rock bottom. It's the entrepreneur who misses a critical deadline and loses the deal that could have saved their company. It's the person who keeps putting off that important conversation with a loved one, only to find that the opportunity is gone forever. It's the artist who dreams of creating a masterpiece but waits for the perfect moment of inspiration, only to look back decades later at a blank canvas and a life filled with what-ifs. These moments of regret are brutal teachers. They show us in the starkest terms that procrastination isn't just delaying a task, it's delaying our lives. It's a gamble where we bet our future happiness against a few moments of present comfort. And it's a bet we will always lose in the long run. So how do we fight back? How do we reclaim our time and build a life we're proud of? It's not about grand sweeping changes overnight. It's about redefining what it means to use time wisely. Using time wisely means making conscious choices, moment by moment, that align with the person you want to become. It's choosing to spend 20 minutes learning a new skill instead of scrolling through social media. It's choosing to have a meaningful conversation with your partner instead of zoning out in front of the TV. It's choosing to go for a walk and clear your head instead of hitting the snooze button for the 5th time. These are the actions that build momentum. They are the small deposits we make into the bank account of our future self, the person who will look back and thank us for the effort. Ultimately, a fulfilled and meaningful life isn't constructed in big, dramatic leaps. It's not about waiting for one magical moment to get started. It's built in the quiet, ordinary, everyday moments. It's built in the small victories where we choose action over apathy, progress over procrastination. Every time you choose to move forward, no matter how small the step, you are casting a vote for a better future. You are honoring the gift of time. Stop waiting for someday. Someday is a myth. The only time you truly have is now. This very second. What will you do with it? Thank you so much for watching. If this message resonated with you, please hit that like button and subscribe for more content on living a more intentional life. Let me know in the comments one small step you're going to take today instead of putting it off. I'd love to hear from you. See you in the next video.